Hi everyone. How are you today? Let's continue to Chapter 6, Thermal Pollution.
Thermal pollution can be defined as the degradation of water quality by any process that changes ambient water temperature, or abnormal or harmful increases of water temperature in all aquatic environments. Thermal pollution generally caused by either dumping hot water from industrial activities and power plants. Usually, these industries use water as a coolant for their daily operation. This is one example where industries using water from a river nearby to cool down their engine. After that, the water will be transferred back to the river. The same goes for power plants, especially nuclear power plants. The water used as a cooling agent in the cooling tower to cool the core. When the water used as a coolant is returned to the aquatic environment at a higher temperature, the change in temperature decrease oxygen supply and affect the ecosystem composition. Urban runoff and storm water discharge to surface waters from road and parking lots can also be a source of elevated water temperatures. Normally, water from a street or an area exposed directly to the sun will be a higher temperature. Due to surface runoff, this water will be flow to nearby water catchments. When a power plant first opens, or shuts down for repair, or other causes, fish and other organisms adapted to a particular temperature range can be killed by the abrupt change in water temperature. If these phenomena occur, we call it a thermal shock. Urbanization processes through removing trees and vegetation that shade the streams will be permitting sunlight to raise the temperature of the water. Thermal pollution is widespread, affecting many lakes, rivers and streams. A temperature increase as small as 1 or 2 degrees Celsius can kill native fishes, shellfishes, coral reefs, and plants or drive them out in favor of other species, often with undesirable effects. Many industries discharged heated wastewater into the aquatic environment nearby. That is why a lot of industries are building near to the river system, or where there is a water catchment. This heated water may have some adverse effects on the aquatic organisms. For example, heated water may attract organisms from the surrounding low-temperature water, and give false signals to the organism for their physiological processes. Permissible increase of temperature in the aquatic environment is 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, above the ambient temperature. What is the effect of thermal pollution? The first one is effects on the physiology of an organism. It can decrease dissolved oxygen in the water. It can increase of oxygen consumption rate by an organism. Besides that, it can stimulate the growth of blue-green algae and microalgae organisms, and increase the toxicity of toxic substances. The second one is the effect on organism reproduction. The reproduction of many species of organisms such as fish is temperature dependent. The increase of temperature may induce some species to spawn prematurely. Even the egg may develop normally. The fry will emerge from the egg much earlier than normal. Or the normal food for the fry may not be available in the water. Lastly, the fry will die. Next, effect on fish disease. Higher temperature normally will favor the growth of microorganisms which may cause disease to the organism. Effect on estuarine and marine organisms. Estuarine and intertidal organisms have adapted to the greater fluctuation of temperature, so the effect is not significant to these organisms. However, marine organisms, they are sensitive to the fluctuation of temperature. They normally cannot stand the fluctuation of more 1 to 2 degrees Celsius of the ambient temperature. For example, coral reefs. Lastly, the effect on aquaculture and mariculture activities. The water temperature can control the growth of fouling organisms. Besides that, it can decrease the growth rate of cultured organisms. How to solve this problem? Everybody has to play their own role, from the policymaker to the individual itself. We can stop deforestation, or before release the heated water to the river, we can treat the water first, or planting plant to reduce the direct expose of sun that area. However, if caused by a natural cause such as forest burning, this is beyond our control. That's all for this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.